So what we're gonna do today, as the title suggests, we're gonna build a computer. That's right. It's not something great, but it works, I guess. And I'm gonna use a OCZ SSD, 240 gigabytes. It was $8, so it was a good deal. G-Skill, Ripjaws, 4 gigabytes each for a total of 8. This is some cheap ass. This is some cheap ass power supply. It's of course it's pretty heavy. 600 watts, ATX. It should be good. That's the hope. And we're getting a Radeon AMD R7 260X. It's not anything special. I just want something that would work. I don't care how good it is, so whatever. Of course, stupid network, that's boring. And this thing, which is basically to stream. Essential likes gamer HD, whatever, to stream at HD. It's gonna be put into a PCI Express slot of just like a video card, pretty much. Let me get rid of some of this shit. Yes, that is a raccoon. In case you wonder, that is a raccoon. Okay. Let's get this computer ready. So you can see a whole bunch of HD slots, SSD slots, and just crap that I'm never going to use over here. And we have a fan, and that's it. And there's a fan back here that's hard to see. Oh, I forgot to show the best part, which is a gigabyte GA990FXA UD3 motherboard, and it has a chip, a CPU that it's going to be a AMD 9370 if I'm correct. So it's an 8-core, I believe it's at 4.5 gigahertz, and I put on top, I already put it before streaming because it would be annoying to put it during the stream. It's a CPU fan, Hyper Cooler Master, I think it's called 212 EVE or something, I don't remember. It's pretty common, it's a pretty common one, so I'm pretty sure you can find it very easily on the internet. I installed it with the Arctic Silver thermal paste. That is also very common because it's good. Well, it's supposed to be good. That is the hope. So this case is a little bit weird because it has how are they called? Standoffs, I think they're called. So you don't actually put the motherboard on the side panel, you put it a little bit higher because there are those standoffs. If you want to game with this thing, the only thing you would actually need upgrade would be the graphics card. Putting the screws inside of the case, so it's not something you should actually care about. I mean, yeah, you should care about it, but it's not something you cannot do, I'm pretty sure. Make sure you don't put it too tight, because if you do, it can crack the motherboard, and you don't want that. That is not good. You know, put it until it does some resistance, because the whole point of this is really just so that the motherboard is going to not fall. That's all you gotta do. There's nothing else. You don't have to put it too tight. There's no reason to. And actually I did the opposite of what I usually do because I was getting distracted. I usually put the power supply in first and then I put the motherboard. And in this case I did the opposite. So I'm gonna have to put this power supply in as soon as possible. In this case it has it on the bottom. Sometimes it might have it on top. It's supposed to be an ATX case and an ATX. There you go. I just bent it a little bit. It should fix it. There you go. It works now. Alright. Yeah, this case doesn't seem to be optional. too good for this, but I'll make it work. I'm usually always trying to make things work that are not supposed to work, so it's not something new for me. And this cable, in case you wonder, is the hard disk fan. I don't actually need it, to be honest, because I'm using an SSD. SSDs keep the temperature very, very, very low because they're not actually spinning like the hard disk do. Hard disks spin. SSDs don't. They just have chips. You put into the sys fan. And actually, this fan has, I think this thing is for LED. I'm gonna try to show you somehow. It has this power thing, or this thing, whatever works. I think that's just for the LED. It's not actually the actual fan. It's basically the power for the probably for the LED. I'm guessing. Oh man, so many zip ties. Oh my god. Do I have to do this? Damn it. I'm gonna split the cables in a way so that it's not messed up. Okay. Alright, cool, awesome. We got that done. We're gonna need, I guess since this is so close, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, never mind. I'm gonna have to put it here. I don't have an option. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of options here, and I don't like the way it's in. I'm gonna move this cable from here into the other hole. There we go. So I'm gonna slide this thing in. That is another 3-pin. And my objective here is trying to get this thing in here. Let me look at it. Maybe it's the opposite way. Okay, that's in. And into, what the hell? Why does cables like this? God, it's like some cables are longer than others. Gee. Okay. Into this one, and I know it's not organized. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of options here. With this motherboard and with this computer case, it's all clustered into one small place. And I think I'm gonna stop it here with this thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on these other cables, which are, to me, are more important than a LED for fan. That's just optional stuff that shouldn't really care about. It's just extra. The real actual fan is just the one that you put into the motherboard. Oh man. Okay. Let me look at this thing. Okay, this is a mess. This is a big mess. Okay. If I'm correct, yeah, that goes in there. Let me see. I'm trying to put it in a way so it doesn't look too ugly. Since this is a fairly long cable, I'm glad. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the back and make it go back in. What the hell is it? Okay. Make it go back in, maybe about the bottom. To reduce a little bit of extra cabling disorder. So we got some USB, which is going to go into that. Alright, the next one. The ones that I really hate are the power switch, the HDD LED switch, the P power LED, and the whatever the rest was. I don't even know which one it said right now because I'm so distracted looking at this thing. Okay, this one. Yeah, there's that switch. I already said that, didn't I? I hate them because they're so small that it's very hard sometimes to put them in. Okay, since these are also very long cables, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the back. This one should go exactly here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one too into the back if I'm able to. I'm gonna try at least. And you put into the USB. I mean, it specifies it, so it's pretty easy to understand where it goes because it says USB. And also on the cable it says USB. So yeah, they're annoying. I don't like them. And it's not very difficult to show you this because it's very small. I guess I can kind of try to put them closer. This camera doesn't want to focus for some reason. Anyway, you gotta put like eight wires into that. So yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody that's built a computer hates them. I do at least, and I've seen other people that do. And it specifies on the bottom which one is plus and minus, so you can look at it, make sure they combine. Oh, we did it! We did it! We put the small fingers in there. That is like the most annoying part for me. And this is HD audio, of course. Let's go ahead and put this guy in the back as well to avoid too much confusion. Okay, audio is straightforward. It's on the motherboard. You see which holes are open and closed, and you put them in that way. Straightforward, easy. Oh well, this PC is not supposed to be a beast. This PC is really just a stream. So I'm gonna show you guys my other computer, my actual computer. This is just like a second computer. My actual computer is this one. It's a full tower ATX, of course. I don't really love this. It's a, as you can see, it's HIF 932 Advanced by Cooling Master. I don't really love the case, but you know, for now it works. That's fine, whatever. And also this, I have a glove in front of this because it's so freaking bright that it bothers me. It bothers my eyes. And I have, it's hard to see, but I have two GTX 980 Corsair liquid cooling and says Republic of Gamers down there. It's hard to see. It's a Asus motherboard and all that shit. Basically, that one that I just showed you was the gaming PC, the one that I'm gonna use for gaming. This one that you're seeing right here, it's for streaming. So I'm gonna connect that one to this one, the video and the audio, to this thing, which is a capture card. Oh shit! And what's gonna happen is this thing is gonna get that video and audio, and it's gonna upload it on Twitch. So we're gonna go ahead and unpack my SSD. This one that I got particularly is a OCZ. I already opened it just to see if stuff was inside. SSD OCZ 240 gigabytes. It was like 80 bucks. So I said, yeah, I'll get it. It's decent considering the price of current SSDs. So just open it up. It's fairly small, as you can see, like all SSDs. That's why they have that little compartment over there. This is SSD. This is HDD. A lot smaller. It's pretty shiny and beautiful. Exactly. It's pretty shiny and beautiful. And we're gonna have to put it inside of here. Ripjaws, G-Skill. And they're 4 gigabytes each. I don't need more than 4 in this computer because the only thing, as I said, the only thing that it's gonna do, as I said, is gonna be streaming. So I don't need more than 8 gigabytes. And really, to be honest, I don't actually need more than 8 gigabytes on my other computer either. And I'm gonna put them into slot 1 and 3. I like to call them a number from left to right. This is pretty easy, you know, to put in. All you gotta do is just really open it, put them in. Just make sure you press them down as much until it pops. It should pop and close by itself. So this is gonna be, as I said, Sapphire R7 260X. It's not something great, but really I don't need anything. If I could have gone for integrated graphics, I would have, because the point of this computer is not to play games, but to stream. So as long as it works, I'm fine with it. I was going to go with a GeForce with a GeForce 750, which is like $100, but I said, nah, I'm gonna go for this one. Of course, it has CDs, instructions, advertisement, but this is the actual graphics card. It's actually fairly short compared to the other ones that I've had. This is the bottom part. It has a fan, which is pretty large. Like, you can put a whole finger in here. And this is the back plate, which in reality goes on top. So, okay, so it uses a 6-pin. That's all there is in this one. That's one of the nice things about getting a graphics card that is not great. Do not have to deal with too many cables. I'm gonna go ahead and change the cabling of this. Because basically the CPU fan cable was interfering with the graphics card slots. Let's go ahead and pick up a SATA cable so I don't have to deal with it later. And in case you don't know, the SATA cable, serial ATA cable, is for HDDs and SSDs. Put them in, it should pop. So we're gonna go ahead and put this thing in. Before I put it in, I need to remove. Actually, I'm thinking about putting it in the middle. I really hate this fan cable. I really don't like it. Well, it's not really the fan cable. It's the fact that this motherboard has a CPU, sorry, a fan port here, and a fan port up here. Actually, another one up here. Huh. You know what? Let me go ahead and put it up here instead. The only problem with this is gonna hit the freaking fan. We'll see how that works. It's not gonna plug in right now, but I just want to look at what exactly I need to remove to be able to. Yeah. Apparently this one. Let me put it like this so I know which one it is. Is this the only way to do it? To just break it? That's annoying. Alright, so they just wanted to basically to break it. That's not cool, but alright, I'll do it. Let's see, maybe I can do it just like this to make it look even cooler or something. Go in. There you go. Woo! And what else do we need? This one I can throw in the trash. This one I can do. So I'm just basically selecting the cables that I'm not gonna use, and I'm gonna put them in the back somewhere hidden. But I'm not gonna care about. This one is incorrect. Yes, this one is the one. And unfortunately, I will have to let this go in front, which is annoying because it looks ugly. And I still want another zip tie. Let me see if I can move this zip tie a bit more down. Perfect. That's better. And it looks ugly, and I agree. But this cable is actually not long enough so that I can make it go in the back and put it back in from here and maybe make it go up there. I can always attach it to the side like that so that it doesn't interfere too much. The CPU fan, which is gonna go on top of this, I'm gonna put it this way. Why? Because shit. No, that's not the reason why, but there's so many cables. I don't want him to touch the CPU fan. And there's a itsy bitsy CPU fan port on the motherboard that is like right on top of you. It's so difficult to reach that I'm just unable to show you because look how small this thing is. So basically what's gonna happen here, the CPU is gonna get hot, it's gonna get into this thing that you see right here, and through thermal paste, this thing is gonna basically be cooled off by this fan, which is gonna blow and it's gonna go into this fan, and this fan is gonna take the heat and put it in the back. What is blocking this thing? Right. Now, one of the actually most interesting part that I've actually never dealt with is going to be the capture card. I've never dealt with one of these. I use duct tape. It's not gonna work very well. It's apparently it's a Evermedia Rig Essential, whatever. It's basically made for stream, 1080p, 60 FPS, without affecting your. Well, it does affect your performance, but if you put it from one computer into the other one, that's what it does basically. It transfers everything. It has a PCI Express slot, just like the one of the network card. It's not like the one of the. It's not like the one of the graphics card. That's a lot bigger. So what we're gonna have to do is open another slot, and actually I don't think I'm gonna open. I think I'm gonna switch between the network card. I'm gonna put the network card on top and this one on the bottom. Well, bottom. It's still on top of the graphics card, but at least it's a more accessible space for it. Also, when you build computers, you also sometimes have to worry about thermal stuff. Make sure it doesn't get too hot. Like when you put two GPUs in particular, they get so freaking hot. It's crazy. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward. You just gotta put them in just like a network card. I'm gonna try to put all these cables that I'm not gonna need, plus the 24 pin of the motherboard, in the back, and make that one go in here. The other ones probably sit somewhere that is not taking too much space. So I'm gonna put them in here in the back, and I'm gonna make it go inside of this whole. No, actually the one on top. No wait, yeah, either this one or this one. And I think I'm gonna do it once a time. So you see now it's a little bit less crappy. You know, it's still crappy, but it's not as crappy. Now you can store cables in different locations. I'm gonna use one of these, this one. I'm gonna put it inside of, probably on top of here instead. And what I'm going to make it go in the front and then go down to the SSD that I'm going to put in. I usually like to, and I know it's not great. I like to put them like down here, the extra cables, because we don't really care about these HDD slots. You can have 1, 2, 3. If you really want, you can go even for another HDD, but you know. So we kind of have everything installed right now. Only thing we need is an SSD, which I'm just gonna go ahead and put like this for now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws later on. and plug in the power one and the other, the SATA cable, serial ATA cable. I know you're not able to see it from here because I have my stuff in front, but actually this is the wrong way. Okay, it popped. That means it's in. I think I'm not gonna close it yet, because usually when you build a computer, there's a very high chance that something is not gonna work. In fact, I'm not expecting it to work on first try, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me here. Okay, CPU fan is working. The other fans are, holy shit, this is like the most quiet, computer I've ever heard. Oh, I don't hear it. That's the thing. I don't actually hear it. It actually starts, it has some kind of thing. There's an answer, so that's good. Back to the good stuff. Yes, that is a raccoon, in case you wonder. And it says, that's correct. 4.4 gigahertz. 38 degrees. Total memory, that is correct. And it's probably hard to read because it is not taken from the actual screen. Okay. Sorry, it's annoying though. Yeah, we're not gonna clock anything right now. We're not gonna overclock anything. I just want to look through a bunch of stuff. Try to understand why it's not showing the operating system from my USB, and if not, I can get stuff like mirror. I can basically put this SSD into my other computer and basically install the operating system on it without having to go through this computer to have to install it. And by the way, yes, that's a huge case right there. That's like 70 centimeters high. It's very old also. And this is a raccoon. And this is another raccoon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here. But yeah, it looks good. It's working. Only thing I need to do is really install the operating system, which is a joke. It's easy. There's always a way to do it, so no problem. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon, and yep. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Raccoon.